I am Professor Ryan Blumenthal, reporting from South Africa on updates for lightning from this part of the world. So the first thing I need to tell you is that we hosted a very successful international conference for lightning protection in Cape Town at the Cape Town International Convention Center in October, the 2nd to the 7th, 2022. This was a wild success. We had experts from lightning from all over the world on South African soils. Multidisciplinary, the presentations were fantastic, and fascinatingly enough, many of these presentations will now be compiled in a special edition for the Electronic Power Systems Research Journal. So watch this space. What else is happening in this part of the world is there's a lot of research happening in the background. So I can just talk for myself here at the moment. We're doing multidisciplinary research where we collaborate with different fields. So for example, I'm working now with dentists on lightning. Yes, we're doing research into lightning and the teeth. There is very little written on lightning and the teeth. There's so many questions. A lot of the textbooks talk about lightning and fillings and lightning and root canals. However, we want to see what is actually happening in the mouth with lightning. You see, lightning is multi-physics phenomenon. There's electricity, there's heat, there's barotrauma. We want to know how the teeth get affected by lightning. So for example, like a root canal, the tooth is hollow, so it's a hollow organ. Does this get affected by lightning? And what happens to fillings with lightning? So many questions, little looked at, so we're going to play in that arena. The next thing that's happening in this part of the world that I need to tell you about is that in February 2023, this year, I traveled to Rwanda for the African Society of Forensic Medicine Conference, which was also a wild success. This was hosted in Kigali, Rwanda. And what came out of this conference is that we, as South Africans, we won the bid for ASFM 2025. Yes, ASFM, the African Society of Forensic Medicine, is coming to South African soils in March 2025. I want to open an invitation to our international colleagues to come and attend this conference. And I promise you, you will experience true South African hospitality. That I can assure you. On another note, as part of Lightning Pathologist, the show that I did with Professor Ken Nixon and Professor Estelle Trengrove, which was hosted in November 2020 and was viewed by over 2.2 million people, I need to mention that this 8-part series was so successful that I've actually cheerleaded myself out of a job. My last lightning death that I've had as a forensic pathologist was over 2.5 years ago. Our lightning campaign, When Thunder Roars Go Indoors, was so successful in South Africa that I've had no lightning deaths to do autopsies on. So this is an unforeseen consequence of a highly successful lightning campaign. So anyway, we are on high alert for the next lightning death and lightning case, which we don't want to see, but scientifically, obviously, we want to see. So it's a catch-22 situation. From a climate change point of view, so you get La Nina and El Nino events, which they say is about 7.5 to 9.5 years. These are cycles of wet and dry. And according to my discussions with the climate people, they say that this sine wave type cyclical event is being concertinaed inwards. So you're going to get higher peaks and higher troughs, wetter, more extreme weather, and drier in a more extreme compacted time zone. So what we are actually predicting is more thunderstorm activity, and with more thunderstorm activity, more lightning. Because according to the work of Professor Price from Israel, lightning can be seen as a thermometer for climate change. More climate change, more thunderstorms, more lightning. Finally, I would like to invite international colleagues to come play here in South Africa with our lightning work. You see, South Africa, we've got limited resources. However, we do have the casework here. So we invite our international colleagues for international collaboration with us here in South Africa. Please, we welcome you.